Today we are tackling a challenge that I think affects almost everyone trying to communicate on a global scale.
Hmm.
How do you get dramatically clearer, more articulate, and, genuinely more confident when you're speaking English?
Right, and we're not talking about just memorizing vocabulary lists.
No grammar rules today. We've found this single, very structured source. It calls itself a daily practice guide, and it promises this really rigorous path to transforming your spoken clarity.
And that's the key, isn't it? This isn't just some general advice. We're looking at a militant, I would say, 5-part daily system. It's designed to force rapid improvement, both physically and mentally.
And the timeline is what got me.
It's incredibly specific. The source material basically says, look, if you commit 25 to 30 minutes every single day, it claims your articulation and your confidence will definitely improve.
In just 10 days.
In just 10 days.
Yeah.
So our mission today is to break down those 5 parts, why they're structured the way they are, and what the psychology behind these really strict rules is.
Okay, let's unpack this then. We are distilling the core rules and these 5 essential daily exercises. The whole thing promises clear, slow, and confident speech in under half an hour a day. It feels like a shortcut, but shortcuts usually demand some serious discipline.
They do, and that starts with the mindset. Before you even do a single practice, the guide demands this foundational shift. Clarity over speed. The entire system is built on that one idea. For most learners, the first instinct is to rush, right? You're trying to sound like a native speaker.
And you just end up mumbling or swallowing your words. It's so frustrating.
Exactly. So the guide is emphatic. It says speed introduces sloppiness, and it just kills your confidence.
That feels like the biggest hurdle to get over. That feeling that if you want to be fluent, you have to be fast.
It is, and the rules are completely non-negotiable. There are 2 big don'ts that are just critical. First, you do not worry about grammar, not at the start.
Yeah.
And second, and this is probably the most important one for many people, the guide strictly bans internal translation. It even calls out learners who default to translating from languages like Hindi.
Okay, hold on. Why is that so crucial to this whole 10-day idea? I mean, translating in your head is where most people feel safe.
Because the goal here is automaticity. When you're translating in your head, you're adding this huge cognitive load. It's an extra step.
Right, a processing delay.
A huge delay, and that's what destroys your flow and your confidence. By banning it, you're forcing your brain to process thoughts and speech directly in English. You're cutting out that middleman.
So it feels harder at first, but it's actually building a more direct pathway.
Precisely. So the only things you should be focusing on are that trio. Speak slowly, clearly, and confidently.
Which brings us to practice number 1, the word clarity practice.
This is your first 5 minutes, and it's pure physical training for your mouth. The goal is just to make sure every single syllable is delivered clearly. Think of it like breaking the habit of mumbling at the most basic level.
So we're just talking about, 10 words a day. You take common English words, and you force yourself to say every single part.
Yep. The examples in the source are great. It says take a word like comfortable. You don't just say it. You deliberately say comfortable.
Ah, I see.
Or education becomes education. It forces your mouth, your tongue, your jaw to actually do the work, to move through the full range of motion, so you stop swallowing those syllables.
And the guide says you have to do this loudly and clearly in front of a mirror. That visual feedback loop must be a big part of it.
It's essential. You're literally watching your own mouth form the words. You connect the sound you hear with the physical movement you see. That's how you build muscle memory for clear speech.
Okay, so once you've got the individual words down, you have to build that into, actual flow. How do you go from single words to full sentences without losing that clarity?
That's practice 2. Loud reading. It's another quick 5-minute drill. And I know loud reading is common advice, but the way it's structured here is different. It's a 3-step progression.
So the goal is better pronunciation and flow, and you just read 1 paragraph a day from a newspaper or a book, anything.
Anything. But the structure is what makes it work. The guide gives an example sentence. I want to improve my English speaking skills every day.
Okay.
You don't just read it. You say it 3 times. The first time, you say it very slowly, focusing only on that syllable level clarity we just talked about.
Like the word practice.
Exactly. Then the second time, you say it at a more normal conversational pace, but you try to keep that same level of clarity. And the third time,
Let me guess, confidently.
with full confidence, full projection, as if you were giving a speech.
That's smart. It's like you're moving from the mechanics of it to the actual performance. You're training yourself to project that clarity.
Right. And now let's jump to what the source calls the, and I'm quoting here, the most important skill. This is practice 3.
Shadow speaking.
Shadow speaking.
Why is this one considered so much more important than the others? What makes it so powerful?
Because this is where you move beyond just being understood. This is about achieving a natural English cadence, the rhythm, the intonation. It's how you stop sounding like you're reading from a script in your head.
And the method for this sounds really challenging. You find a short video, 30 to 60 seconds. You play one line, pause it, and then repeat that line exactly as the speaker said it.
Exactly. Tone, pitch, clarity, everything. And that's why it gets 7 minutes, the longest of all the drills. You're not just saying the words, you're mimicking the music of the language.
So if the person in the video says, success comes from daily practice, you have to match that emphasis on daily.
You have to match everything. The slight rise in pitch, the pause, the speed. It's incredibly intense work on your listening skills and your muscle control.
I can see that being really frustrating for a beginner, though. What if you just can't get it right in those 10 days?
Well, and that's a great point. The guide says success isn't about achieving perfection in 10 days. It's about the effort. It's about forcing your mouth, your tongue, your vocal cords to try and make these new, unfamiliar patterns. So it's the process itself.
It's the process. The guide explains that this trains the mouth, tongue, and brain together. It's not just copying. It's the physical experience of making native-sounding sounds. Linguists call it developing proprioception in your speech.
Proprioception. That's the feeling of knowing where your body is in space, but for your mouth.
Exactly. You're learning what clear English is supposed to feel like physically. That's the insight here.
Okay, that makes so much sense. Now, let's go back to that internal delay we talked about, that frustrating pause. Practice 4 is designed to kill that, right? For automaticity.
Right. This is the daily sentence practice, another 5-minute block. If shadow speaking is about the sound, this is about the structure. It uses a dead simple formula to hardwire basic communication.
Subject plus verb plus reason.
That's it.
That's a brilliant constraint. So instead of a learner getting lost trying to build some complex sentence, you're forcing them into this simple, direct structure. You're minimizing the cognitive load. You're making it almost impossible to get stuck or to try and translate. You just follow the pattern.
Can you give us those examples from the source again? They were really simple.
Super simple, like, I am learning English because I want confidence. Subject, verb, reason, or I practice daily so my pronunciation improves. You just need to generate 5 or 10 of these a day.
So you're practicing the act of speaking immediately, not the art of crafting a perfect sentence.
You're building fluency inside a safe, manageable structure.
Okay, so we've got clarity with practice 1, flow with practice 2, natural sound with 3, and structure with 4. That brings us to the last piece, which might be the most vital, self-correction.
But end goal is to be independent, right? To be your own coach. That's practice 5, record and correct, a final 5-minute drill to wrap up.
And the goal here is simple. You have to be able to fix your own mistakes without someone else telling you. So you just record yourself for 30 seconds.
Yeah, the topic is irrelevant. You could talk about why you want to speak English clearly or what you had for breakfast. The magic is in the playback. You listen back with a very specific checklist.
This is the accountability part. What are the 3 things you have to listen for?
You're checking for direct adherence to the rules from day 1. So number 1, were my words clear? Did I say every syllable? Number 2, was I rushing? Did I stick to speaking slowly?
And the 3rd?
And number 3, did I sound confident? This little review forces you to apply those foundational rules to your own speech, making you your own best critic.
It's a complete closed loop then. You start with the rules, slow, clear, confident. You train the mouth, you train the structure, and then you check your own work against those exact same rules.
That's the elegance of the system. You add it all up. Word clarity, loud reading, shadow speaking, sentence practice, and recording correct. And you're at a consistent 25 to 30 minutes a day. It's a routine designed for one thing, measurable results fast.
And to really lock it all in, the guide has one last tool, a kind of daily affirmation.
Yeah, a one-line practice to reinforce that core mindset we started with. It's the verbal commitment to the whole process.
So every single day, you say the line, I speak English slowly, clearly, and confidently.
It anchors the psychological goal to all that physical work you're doing.
So when you put it all together, if a focused 30-minute block of this kind of practice can improve your physical clarity in just 10 days, it makes you wonder, What other crucial, maybe neglected life skill could you transform by applying the same kind of short, rule-bound daily system? It really raises an important question.
Hmm.
It's a reminder that consistency and structure and really targeted effort, they're the only shortcuts that actually work, whether you're learning a language or, well, pretty much anything else.